Hello and welcome to the Banner Saga, where I had an unfortunate realization about the nature of this game, but we're pressing on nonetheless. Let's go to the Great Hall and see what we have to deal with. Why did you not come out and help? Chieftain, Rook thanks the gods you made it. The Great Hall is an utter din, filled as it is with dozens of terrified families. Listen, you gotta show, not tell some of this stuff. Like, obviously you had the time to put in a lot of effort into a lot of stuff. I would have liked to see a little bit more, like, even if it's just some background, like some, you know, okay, the screaming in the background is, kind of needs to chill out. Okay, I can't focus that. I'll finish my thought after I have this discussion. Don't stop worrying yet. I haven't. What in the depths is going on? Dredge milling around, ransacking houses? The chieftain's wife finds you, pushing through the crowd. They must know we're here. Why haven't they attacked? I don't know. I wouldn't expect it to last. I've made some decisions, but tell me straight, what would you both do in my place? I'd have left by now. They were already outside the doors. Not so easily done. Rook? No. I trust Ivor on this. The chieftain sighs a deep and heavy breath, slumping. He looks years older. I imagined us fighting back and saving the town, but nonsense. Ivor's right, of course. We can't just wait to be slaughtered. Where do we go? If Dredge are coming down from the north, Frostfiller to the west. It's close and it has walls. I intend to be free of Skulgar in one push, no one left behind. I wouldn't. If they follow us, we're done. What do you suggest? Let me create a distraction, then go. I'll catch up on the road to Frostfeller. I'd like to ask multiple of these questions. What if we set the town on fire as we left? That is one thing I will not do. We will return here one day, whether I live to see it or not. That's ignorant. Are we abandoning the storehouse? If we have to, we'd be leaving behind everything but the supplies you brought, Rook. Dude, is that really... I'm the supplier for this whole town? Fuck off. On the other hand, Frostfiller is at least a week away. I'm not sure we've got that much food. It'll be cutting it close. If we saddled with heavy carts, it'll be almost impossible to outpace the dredge. And if we run out of food before we get to Frostfiller, it won't matter how many escape. I still say let me handle the dredge. I've got 17 days worth of food. So I think we're okay on that. Ivor usually knows what he's talking about. I'll join him. Chieftain thinks for a long moment. I didn't ask for advice just to ignore it. Promise you're not throwing away your lives on this. That wasn't part of my plan. Ivor? Nope. Then I'm coming with you. That catches you by surprise. The chieftain rubs his chin but doesn't argue. From the training she's given Alette, you've no doubt she can handle a bow. So I wonder... oh, we didn't lose Alette, though. I wonder if we hadn't lost that other kid, if she would not have joined. Fine, I'll get the townspeople ready. Make your move, Ivor. We'll leave when you're clear. Okay, so the thought I was having before was... I would prefer a little bit more show don't tell, because they clearly put a lot of effort into a lot of elements here. And if they could have changed some of that so that, like, rather than say, hey, there's a bunch of people here, they could have shown just like a, even if it's just one, you know, kind of like a wide shot with, you know, Vaseline smeared over the lens type of thing, so they don't have to put a lot of detail into it. You know, just to show that there are people here, sort of a fuzzy rendering. I don't know. Alette finds you before you have the chance to find her. I know what you're doing. You have to let me come with you. Don't leave me. Please, I'll be good. Okay, Alette, just promise to listen. Why would you not? I promise, she says. Ira finds you both. Let's go. Remember, we're not trying to fight them all. We're just getting their attention. You step into the town courtyard where you can already see Dredge in every direction. Ivor starts banging on his shield and swearing at them. We'll kill a few, he shouts, and the rest will follow. You steel yourself for a tough fight. Oh, she can't... Oh, wait. -1 strength in battle. She can still fight? Interesting. I think I forgot that, or didn't know it, or didn't understand it. Okay. So it sure would be nice to have an objective to tell us what we are supposed to be doing here. I think it only makes sense to try and take this guy out first. Or one of these guys. Let's see, we've got 3 right now. I presume more will probably spawn to screw me. Right? Sure, whatever. I don't really know how this is going to work, so... I might have gotten too close. So if I get to... Well... Yeah, because they use the same sort of square projection or diamond projection. Oh, now I've fucked it. No, I don't want to end the turn. I want to undo my turn. Fuck. Ah. But I don't have an option. Okay. Great. Great. Stun an enemy who steps in it. Huh, okay. Have I just done it again? God damn it. Well... Make use of your abilities while you're still alive, since presumably you won't be for too long. Well, at least there's that. Mark it so we can get some free attacks on him. She did not take an attack. Why? Game, you need to start explaining yourself. Okay. So I presumably need to get at least to there to be safe. But I'm guessing, yep, that would be out of the range to be useful. Well, cool. That worked out all right. You can't get that far. And you can't get fucking anywhere. And I don't want to put you back in harm's way, because that's not helping anyone. And I can't move you into a usable position. Boy, I'd really like you not to go get killed, so yikes. How? Okay, he just, yeah. That's an incredible amount of health, so he just ignores my armor. And is this guy? Probably not. But this guy will kill me on the next turn. Better just to move. He can't move that fast. He can. What is the so I need to hit him. Okay, so if I move here, I should be safe and be able to attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's right. Oops. And that will leave him able to take this guy's health down a bit more on the next turn. Means he can do less overall damage. Oh, actually, using the special ability is going to be, I think, better anyway. Just because it's more disruptive. Fuck. This alternating turns thing is not fun and does not feel fair. Doesn't feel remotely fair. Not, especially not when they are so much more powerful than you are, right? can't attack him? What's the deal there? I mean, I know you've got a bow and all, but... You know what? Let's do this. Maybe that will waylay. Yep. Okay, cool. That worked out. That guy's gonna make his next turn attack him. Why is there... Wait. What is this path? Wait, what the heck? Why is there even a thing over there? Is that a glitch? I genuinely can't tell. That's an interesting move. And he's at 2 health. Oh my god. Boy, there are just no good options. Do I dare do that? That seems like a waste. If I hit it... Well, it's not going to make her... Hold on. She's at... So that would not even beat her... It would do 1 damage to her if it attacked her on the next turn. Alternatively, it could walk up to her and do 2 damage. It's going to bring her to 1 health. It's a bit of a 50-50 on which one's actually more productive. But in the name of killing faster, I think that's the right choice. Okay, good. Oh, that's the amount of damage I can do to each one if I move to that location. Ah, okay. Interesting. I could actually save my hide here by killing this one. Because then we go into pillage mode. He only gets... Oh, fuck. Well... Can I undo that? Game? No? Fuck you too. I was gonna say pillage mode, we get to go... We don't alternate turns. We go sequentially instead, so... We get a... fuck. Fuck this game. I'm not having such a good time. I just need to... He's got 15 health, so he'll crush 10 of its 10 of its health. It can't move anyway. It's going to do 5 back to him one way or another. Should be a non-issue, basically. Should be. Watch me, I've totally forgotten one of the mechanics, and then I'm, you know. Go for it. Get the kill. Alright. Oh, boy. -4 supplies. Why? You have no problem getting the dredge to follow. Things begin to look dicey, but you're eventually able to lose them in the thick woods, where they have difficulty keeping up. You climb to an overlook and wait for the caravan to appear. I don't know why I'm having a hard time. Something about the way this text is formatted is just hard to read. I don't know if it's. I think it's the spacing, because it's a serif font. It's awfully close to Times New Roman if it's not Times New Roman. Something about the spacing is weird. It's also slightly oddly sized for the screen we're looking at, but... An hour later, Oddleaf is the first to spot them. There, she points to the road. There, she points to the road. As you rejoin them, you can tell there was trouble. Some people wounded, others missing. A group has gathered at the rear of the caravan. Oddleaf walks beside a covered figure in the open wagon. Old fool, she says through clenched teeth. I should have stayed with him. The chieftain's death hits you like a blow to the gut. You continue on to Frostweller in silence. Alette's hand firmly on your own. Pausing to catch your breath, you glance backwards to see the caravan stretched out past the point of safety. They're spaced out so far you're unable to see those bringing up the rear. You've got to pull them together, says Ivor. It'd be dangerous to stop until at least the Godstone. The path should be just ahead. Rally the caravan with a speech sounds really stupid. Like, it definitely won't work, but... slowing the pace sounds like it won't work. Keep a steady pace sounds like a good way to lose people anyway. Early stop sounds like a way to get attacked. Fuck it. Rally the caravan with a speech. You make your way to the rear and hoist a small child onto your shoulders. Fight for every step. Remember those who didn't make it and push onwards. The clansmen see your effort and follow suit, pushing themselves harder. Somehow that worked. It's a pretty dour setting for that to have worked in. That's pretty metal. This game has one hell of an aesthetic. That's really the thing that got me interested in it in the first place, was like not only just using like a Nordic setting and a Nordic mythology as a basis, but also you know, the style and the you know, quality of the art in the first place. Far enough for today, I think. After a day of misery, men and women dropped their meager possessions beneath the godstone of Hridveldir. What are we doing? We just left our homes, because suddenly there were dredge. Chieftain did what I suggested, and look what he got for it. Look at these people. Somebody has to hold them together. That's you, Rook. How am I supposed to do that? Lie? Tell them everything's going to be alright? Gods, Rook, I don't know. Pretend you know what you're doing. That's what the rest of us do. Thanks for the advice. Then do whatever you want. Let them fend for themselves if you can live with it. You humans are absurd, Rook. Furious when you're not in control, terrified when you are. Pull it together. What is the point of some of these dialogue? Like, I don't know what this means. What does this lead to? I'm not mostly worried about Alette, but I am worried about Alette. I mean, what's the game gonna do to me if I don't say this? That's what I'm concerned about. You're right. Frankly, I don't care that much about Alette. It's clear that the game wants me to be emotionally invested in her plight, but frankly, its willingness to dispatch characters without warning and her lack of characterization is not making me as interested in what's going on with her as it probably wants me to. Think of how I feel. I'm stuck nursing a bunch of weaklings. Okay, that seems out of character. And I'm not saying there's a lot of character here, but that seems out of character for what character there is. You do care, I can tell. Feh, men are a plague on the world worse than any dredge, far as I can tell. Chats like this are why we get along so well, Ivor. I don't feel like this pithy dialogue is very pithy when I have to read it myself. And when I'm essentially looking at, like... I don't know, these are barely characters. For all the things I like about this game. These are barely characters. This is... I don't know who they are. I don't know much about their personalities. I don't really have much investment. The characterization is... Or the interpersonal dialogue is meager, both as a result of the like lacking characterization and the amount of time that I've spent with them. Like in a 100-hour game, that interaction probably would have meant a lot more. But I've known these people for an hour, and 80% of that I've spent with them in combat, where they're not, you know, they don't have quips. They barely have names to me. I don't remember their names. It's very clear what high aspirations there are here. But like nothing is... I'm a little conflicted, because nothing is lacking here, right? Nothing's done badly, strictly speaking. It's just not done enough. If they did this slowly, carefully, for the next 20 hours, or for the previous 20 hours, then this would all be, like, right on the money. But the problem is, this is a short game. And for, like, all other things equal, in a short game, you can't do this. Because I'm just not invested in it. I want to be. Like, I'm interested. I'm really interested in the story you want to tell, but you're not giving me much, and you're not keeping to the scope of your game. I mean, in a game this short, and with this much time clearly invested, the fact that you didn't even have... that there isn't a little bit more animation, like facial animation, would go a long way. Although, obviously, that would have a potentially dramatic effect on the aesthetic. Or, better yet, voice acting. I'm not saying it has to be, like, incredible voice acting. Just, like... if you got a couple of people on staff or like family members who can, you know, passably read some lines, it doesn't have to be incredible. It just has to not be shit. It basically only has to be better than, you know, the crap we got in the like early 2000s. Yeah, it's I really want to like this game. And it's not even necessarily trying my patience. It's just not quite there. It's not where it pretends to be. You sleep poorly. The sun forever stuck to an eternally bright sky. Before the others rise, you find yourself staring over long, low hills covered in pine. The Godstone looms overhead, the massive eyes of Hridvaldir looking the same direction as you. Inspect the stone. The weathered stone doesn't see many visitors. Not much reason to travel so far east. When hunters come through, This also needs some proofreading. When hunters come through, they sometimes stop to give offerings, out of habit more than anything else, now that the gods are dead. Hridvaldir was the god of hunters and wild beasts, occasionally seen roaming the lands as both man and wolf. He was always depicted in effigy with his terrible spear. You wonder what he'd think about his wood being full of dredge now. A young girl from the caravan approaches you. I made this for you, she said, handing you a crude necklace carved from a branch you must have found nearby. Thank you for saving my mama, she says, before running back to her tent. Back at your tent. Boy, that could have been a moment, but it's like, it's relegated to like 2 sentences. I just feel like the priorities weren't in order. This is like, it has some of the signs of the like aspirational auteur, if that makes any sense. Hopefully that makes sense in the way I think it does. It's just, the scope's not there. It just doesn't work. It's good intentions and inadequate execution, not poor execution. Inadequate. Back at your tent, you rouse Alette, who clings to your arm until she's completely awake. Bad dreams. Eventually camp is broken down and it's time to move on to Frostvillar. It feels like an end more than a start. Gained item, Bjarkjan rune. See, I don't know. Should I be stopping to camp? I don't. I'm so confused. The game isn't explaining itself. The caravan halts when the group of men appear on the trail, weapons at their feet. We've seen the dredge in your wake, says one. We don't wish to meet them alone. If you'll let us join you, we'll show you a watering hole with enough animals to fill those supply wagons. An inherent fear of strangers raises mutters from the caravan. Well, I mean, what are we gonna do? What are you doing out here alone? We were hunting here for food when the dredge found our village, says the man. When we returned, he looks away, unable to finish. I mean, I don't know. I want to believe this is a good idea. If you'll be no trouble, come along, you say. The men cautiously join your ranks and prove trustworthy. The hidden watering hole nearby is teeming with animals, and soon your supplies are nicely restocked. I feel like I should be pausing. I just don't know what... I don't know when or how... During a rest, one of the men get too drunk and ends up splashing mead in a warrior's face. A brawl erupts. Any thrown fists and a broken bone later, the instigator, Raffensvarder, is tossed to the ground at your feet. Angry clansmen looking for satisfaction. His personal defense is little more than drooling mumbles. Tie him up until he dries out. Grab a rope from the supplies and make short work of the sot. A few onlookers throw scraps at him, but most just walk away with a laugh, at least content that some measure has been taken. If I hit camp, that's essentially a pause, right? Like, it doesn't cost me anything to hit camp, I think. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Interesting that we don't actually have to rest. We just have to be on the road for a day for them to heal, which is good to know, I guess. Okay. Next time, well, I guess we'll make more progress. This game confounds me. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for putting up with this. If you've got any tips, preferably without spoilers, but honestly, I'm not crazy invested, so, you know, use your judgment. If you've got any tips, pass them along. Weirdly, the first 4 videos got a surprising amount of viewership, although no comments. So I don't know what's going on there, but yeah. If you're watching this, thank you. I appreciate it. Leave something in the comments. Just let me know. Let me know how you found the video, actually. It's very random that I suddenly got viewership. Anyway, thank you guys once again, and I'll see you guys next time.